regularly scheduled show. Hope you guys enjoyed back-to-back Zebrahead songs. I'm going to clip those out because I know the show will get demonetized after the fact. But I had to do it because if you know, those two games are from classic wrestling games like WWE Day of Reckoning, and we have a lot to talk about today. In WWE front, MLB The Show, PGA Tour, layoffs, a lot to talk about. So if you are tuned in, if you're on YouTube, the red site, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that to help grow it. If you're on Twitch, leave a like and follow the channel. Here, you can't leave a like, but follow. If you are Amazon Prime and you don't have your Prime subscription used, you get a free subscription to Twitch. Use it on me. You can. You don't have to. I'm never going to say you have to spend money. This content will always be free. Tonight, I'm trying to limit the amount of ads I show on Twitch, so let's go to that. I have it at 30 seconds of ads an hour. It's not going to make me a lot of ad revenue, but I just updated to that because, it's the first stream back and I want to talk. So, I'm going to try. My goal is ultimately to not run ads at all. That's the ultimate goal. And we'll see if that ultimately happens. Unk fan, UNC fan, Hado, thank you. Darth Calamity, Jarvis, TSB World, Geddon's Gaming Corner, thank you all for the subscriptions on YouTube, the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. We got a lot to talk about, obviously. We're going to talk WWE 2K in a minute. Because people were asking me, people were asking me why I didn't have a lot. So we're also going to be doing Q&A. Justin got to get PGA, WWE, MLB within 18 days of each other. If you listen closely, you can hear my wallet crying because MLB. We'll talk about MLB on Game Pass. Wolf, haven't heard the song in a while. I did it because of that, because of the gaming thing. Creative Suite. I've heard a couple things. We're going to get into all that, like what I've heard, any truth to what I've heard and things like that. And in a minute, any news on Fight Night? Still nothing. I think B Dizzle said it in the chat. It's a long ways away. The focus right now is on UFC. That is the focus. EA has their earnings call next week, February 4th. I'll have full coverage at Insider Gaming of that. EA has their earnings call next week, and it's likely we're not going to hear anything there, but there's a potential that we start to hear rumblings of unannounced games for the future. And my guess is if they do list anything unannounced from EA Sports, it's going to possibly be the tease of UFC, but we'll see. They're 50-50 on when they do that. Guys, I just found a $50 gift card that I had yet to spend. Look at that. What should I do with it? I don't have much in terms. All the money I usually make from work goes right to my bills right now and my wife, because she is, if you haven't been around, my wife ended up, obviously, everybody tuning in, she fell down the stairs in December, broke her ankle, tore her ligaments, had to have surgery at the end of December. We went in for the update earlier this month, the 13th. We went in and they found it wasn't healing properly. The ligaments were still damaged, so they had to do a second surgery. So they did the second surgery about just over a week ago, almost a week and a half ago, or about a week and a half ago. A second surgery on that, and she's on the road to recovery, hopefully now for good. She's recovering and will be good. So if you're wondering why I haven't been streaming and things like that, that's pretty much it. I'm working, and when I'm not working, taking care of everything around the house. But I'm also, if you don't know, if you didn't see it, I am once again doing work for the first time in 3 years, doing regular work for Fightful, and Fightful.com. The first video I did called Fightful Presents, a new series. I'm working on new graphics. I like the ones I have, but called Fightful Presents. And it is a history, a mini history series. I'm trying to treat them like mini documentaries. I'm just working on figuring things out on how I want to do it. The first one was on New Japan's Pro Wrestling, the Exodus of 2016, with AJ, the Good Brothers, and Nakamura. And then the latest one that's coming up soon is on, I sent it over to Sean, so we'll see when it goes live, is on WWE's Tribute to the Troops and the brief history of that. It's about 12, 13 minutes, brief history of that. Steven, thank you so much. I do hope so. Oh, what did I miss in the Sabres game? The Bills lost, so I'm still miserable about that. I missed apparently a ridiculous save. Let's see what this save is. Nope, that ain't it. Maybe he stacked the pads. I don't know. All right. Intelligent Savage, how you doing? How are you? Shaved today. I showered for you guys. Okay, what do you guys want to talk about first? WWE 2K. Let's dive into that. If you guys are talking, by the way, if you're new to the stream, you could either leave a super chat if you want. I'm never going to say you have to get your question. Every question, as long as I can see them and we have time, will get answered as much. A super chat makes me answer them right away. If you're on YouTube, super chat makes me answer them right away. If you're on Twitch, I will get to every question. If it's pertaining the subject at hand, that will get answered during that subject. If it's a random one, if you're talking about GTA and stuff, which I did see, we'll talk about that because I have thoughts. That'll be towards the end of the stream. Okay, so WWE 2K25. That officially was revealed last night with the cover. We had, the cover last night. We knew it was going to be Roman Reigns because they accidentally leaked it on Steam and then they took it down and made it a generic, and that was funny. So we have that. But now we have features, modes, match types, things like that. Let's get this going. Insider-gaming.com is where you can find all of my work. Features. We're going to talk about it. So, the game, notice how I start doing this. I'm doing this in all of my articles, by the way. When they do this week-long early access, I'm going to bitch about that in a minute, too. When they do this, it launches March 7th. It doesn't launch March 14th. You get it a week later. You get it late on March 14th if you buy the $70 edition of the game. You get it on launch if you pay $100 or more. So, March 7th, it launches if you spend $100 or more, and it comes with a number of new features. So, real quick, a lot of people were wondering, where I was in terms of then right, we aren't next gen. Accidentally leaks, right? They totally did. 1,000%. So I know you guys were asking, like, real quick before we get to the features, where I was with people on Blue Sky and Twitter, where I was with leaks this year. Because in the past, obviously, I had broke the news of GM Mode's return. We got a big update on that I'm so happy about. GM Mode's return. When Machine Gun Kelly was in the game, the Undertaker, all that stuff for the past couple years. Last year with Controls, Bad Bunny being like executive producer, things like that. A bunch of things like that. The sources that I had at 2K had left the company. And when they left the company, they left, and when I say the company, it could be WWE, it could be 2K. I'm not going to tell you that. They had left. Either way, few sources I had left. They had introduced me to a new person. And this new person, this is the first year I was working with them. Like, if it comes reference or referred from them, I should believe it. But I wouldn't do my job right. I would not be doing things right if I had not vetted what I was being told and held a bunch of what I was being told to make sure it's right. So this year, I held almost everything I was told, other than being vague with a couple things, because I wanted to make sure it was accurate. And now that I know the stuff that I got being accurate, as long as they're still there next year, I can trust that source. And to me, that's all. That's my job. Is to make sure I don't lie to you guys and I give you as much information as I can, as accurate as I can. I also have, I mean, we'll talk about 2K in general later because I'm frustrated with that. I'm at the petty point of frustration where now it's going to start getting. I came close on Monday morning, just putting out everything I was told. The island, online GM mode, the fact it was still going to be on last gen consoles, like a bunch of stuff. I was tempted, but I didn't. I should have. Next year, I don't think I'll be so nice. What they did do this year, though, is they revealed everything before they invited everybody for the Rumble to do the event around the Rumble. They did do that. So, the game. Questions you have about 2K, I will answer. Let's go run through these, and then I'll answer any questions you have about 2K. And then as we get to points in the feature announcements, I'll tell you what I had heard behind the scenes and what I heard from some people. So right off the bat, Showcase returns. I had heard they were going to do it bigger this year. So as a grand scheme, I'd been saying for months, I'd talked to friends. Devin, I don't hate you at all for saying that. That's a good topic. That's a good topic we'll get into soon. That's a good topic. Saber Danger, go Sabres. They're up 3-1 on Boston right now, which I don't care if the Sabres aren't making the playoffs. Beating Boston's a good day. But all throughout the hype, since maybe like August, 2K had WWE 2K made more money for last year's game than they had any time they had held the game. Yes, I did. It's always. I will get to that towards the end at the Q&A portion. I did not ignore the undisputed comment. So they had made so much money that they were basically increasing their investment in the franchise. I'd heard that from it. Probably the decision was made prior to that. But that's when I started to hear it a lot. And I talked about it on my show. I talked about it. They were putting a lot more money in it. And you see where this money is going. The Dynasty, the Showcase mode is bigger. There are different outcomes that change things. So rather than, you have to win this match in this way, you could decide to win a match you shouldn't have. You can decide to lose a match you shouldn't have. And things like that to see how it would have played out. They also got rid of I can't remember the term that's used, like the specific technological term for it, but the splicing of real life in video game cutscenes together, how it goes back and forth. Now it's all in-game. Now it's all in-game cutscenes, which really awesome, really cool. So I'm super excited about that. The end of the day, though, the Showcase, it's not for me. Slingshot. Yep, Steve, thank you. I couldn't think of what it was. So thank you for that. So they got rid of that, which I'm super happy about. I played Showcase last year, the 40 years of WrestleMania. That was cool. That might have been the one I really enjoyed the most, was the 40 years of WrestleMania. Though I would have liked the idea of like playing them out differently, like how they're doing this year with the different endings and stuff like that. I'm excited to see how that goes. Will I play it? Probably, if I have to play it to unlock things. So I'm excited about that. We'll get to the island in a minute. That's going to be the one I'm talking about a lot. A roster for the ages, over 300 playable characters. So last year they had just under 300. But here's the thing and how they get you. That over 300 includes my faction personas, includes I talked to sources about this because I reached out to 2K and God forbid they get back to me because they blacklisted me because even though they went back on their word with me when they told me like hold some information and we'll get you an interview and stuff like that, they didn't do that. So I released the stories. Either way, I'm petty. It'll include that over 300 includes personas, includes, you know how when you go view your roster and everything's like locked behind the paywall, you know, all those like video game, the Mattel like characters and stuff like that you had to play in order in my faction. Like that includes all of these. It includes DLC and it includes every variant. So that like it says over 300 playable characters. It is nowhere near 300 unique playable characters. If it is, I don't know what I'll do. It's not. It is not over 300 unique playable characters. I think that would have been a big thing had they said that. It would have been that. New match types. Intergender wrestling is here. Okay. The Bloodlines rule match is kind of sick. Sound like the idea that you can have up to 6 run-ins in a match. The underground match, people are saying, and new barricade diving, cool. The underground match, and match types like up to 8-person backstage brawls are coming. The NXT parking lot is now a backstage environment. I think the WWE Archives is a backstage environment. But the underground match, so everybody's like, why are there only 3 new matches or a couple new match types? The underground match, from what I know, took significant investment in development from the match team, the team within the studio that handles the development of matches. That took a lot. I would have liked to see the Iron Survivor Challenge. I think that's one of the best concepts WWE has. It kind of takes that TNA King of the Mountain match and throws it on its head, and the championship scramble. It kind of throws all of that in this great amalgamation of awesome. That I'm so excited for. Yeah, it's characters in different attires. It's going to be that. So, but the underground match I heard took a lot of investment. So I'm not going to be like, meh, for that. It's always you. 300 for WWE. That's because WWE is this giant conglomeration and mega company that has all these guys under Legends contracts that they're getting paid. So they license through WWE, and then they also, like, wrestlers can be like, nah, I don't want to be a part of it. It's not good enough. But they rarely ever do. Over the past decade, we've seen it. But, yeah, top spin for tennis and golf, like, they have to go individually one by one. Yeah, Iron Survivor would have been really cool. 3 Stages of Hell would have been fantastic, Allie. And, yeah, I don't see, I mean, we'll see how it goes. This one I was told about. And I was like, I don't believe it because we were told it was going to be in last year and then it wasn't. Excuse me. My GM Online. I don't know how much is going to be updated. We'll find out. Like, cross-brand PLEs are cool. I'm interested to see what else comes from the features. But online My GM is the best part. Because a big reason I have it on PC is because you can do the Steam play with anywhere, like remote anywhere. And that's how I would play multiplayer My GM with friends. So I'd have the game and we'd play it through that. Stances seem to be back. I'm not... I haven't heard... Like, I was told... This is one thing I was told that they didn't announce. And I didn't report it because I didn't know how true it was. But one thing I was told, and I'm hoping it's one of those like, hey, by the way, when they do the gameplay stuff, that they do have alternate controls and they kind of simplified it. Now, I got into a big fight with a bunch of people on Twitter about this. So they're not hard. They're a skill issue, blah, blah, blah. It has nothing to do with me. It's like my 7-year-old wants to learn. It's a lot easier for him to go and pick up and to play like Fight Forever than it is for me to go, hey, all right, to do this, you do hold down right bumper and do this. If you want to punch this specific move, you hit XXA, but you got to do it in a specific time for the combo to hit, or XBY. Like, they made it too much like a fight game. I mean, my GM, you just give yourself more money and you can make it cheaper. I mean, not cheaper, but I didn't have a problem with my GM on the pricing to run shows. But I would like to see controls. My faction, I could give two shits about, to be honest. It's just another microtransaction heavy Ultimate Team grindfest mode that then now when you go to play as wrestlers, you have to scroll through all these wrestlers that are blocked behind that mode rather than just filter them out. So then you got to sit there and scroll through. Literally, it stopped me. That alone stopped me from playing my Play Now matches because I didn't want to scroll through things. My Rise, I'd never needed, like, My Rise, they got rid of the split gender modes. Now it's just one thing. Bayley, Kevin Owens, and other wrestlers are trying to take control of the entire WWE by infiltrating NXT. I like the personality choices leading to different storylines and backstage brawl environments, unlockable arenas, characters, things like that. New ally storylines. That's cool. I'm one of the few ones. Yeah, Beast. We'll talk. There's a lot of questions I have. I'm one of the few with My Rise where, or with my career, that I liked what, if you remember 2K15 and 16 with my career, I liked that a lot. Where it's just, you had your rundown, your shows. It needed more depth. The foundation to me was great. And it needed just expansion, like more interactions. But last year sucked. 2K24's was awful. The voice acting was terrible. The up and down mouth movements to talk, that was awful. Wasn't a fan of any of that. Pretty shit, to be honest, overall. So we'll see. Will I play it? Maybe a little bit, and then if it hooks me, it hooks me. If not, do you get to choose if you win or lose? In My Rise, I hope so. That's a big problem. Like, personality choices leading, but match results. I don't want to have to win the match. To me, these story modes, if they make you win the match to go places, or they force you to lose, like, don't let the result of a match change what happens. I think that's why, like, these storylines, for the most part, of the old, like, No Mercy and Shut Your Mouth and all that stuff, they determined, like, how you won. If you kept winning, you kept winning, and that brought you down this one path. If you started to suck and lose all the time, then you're over here, right? And you start falling down, or you get moved into tag from singles and blah blah blah. Yeah, it was bad. To Fire, it wasn't good. Universe mode. One of the things I was told with Universe mode that they didn't mention, and we'll see if it actually happens, was the ability to move your PLEs to different days, to not just have to have them on Sundays. You can move them. Very small. I don't know if that's accurate. That was one of the things I was told. At least was in the works. I don't know if it ultimately happened, but the promo system, cool. That'll make a lot of people happy as long as it doesn't get repetitive and redundant. Creation Suite. There's more hairs. There's more things to choose from. The problem is 2K, and this isn't just a WWE thing. This is a 2K thing. 2K has a hair problem. 2K has the hairs never look good. Hair physics, it never looks good. It doesn't look good in NBA. It doesn't look good in any 2K game. They have issues with hair. I would have liked, to be honest, a merging in a way of Universe and GM. Bring ratings and stuff to GM, and then you can turn, or Universe, you can turn them off. Or bring the customization of Universe, some of it, like your shows, and bring it over. I don't know. I would have liked to see some sort of merge, but I get why people didn't want that. DDP still gives you nightmares. Yeah, I hope backstage. The only thing we saw was the in-ring one of Becky Lynch. You know what? Let's see real quick. Where is... Let's find and see if I can find the picture of it. Where is it? Hold on. Okay. So we have this. It's not the best quality, but this first render of the see what I mean about 2K's hair? 2K hair is so bad. 2K hair is so bad. But it's in the ring. I hope this is all we got to see so far. Visually, the game doesn't look that good. Visually, the wrestlers still look pretty... They look the same. This is lighting. Because they keep supporting... Like, this is lighting. This has nothing to do with this. This, the Wyatt 6, I saw, I think, Justin. Yeah, being a pre-order bonus is nuts. I don't like pre-order bonuses to begin with because they're on the game, and you're just locking them. They're there. Pre-order bonuses bother me in a major way. They don't. I mean, it's lighting. Like, that's the big thing. It's lighting. Like, but this looks okay. Movement's gonna be bad. It usually is. We'll see. Like the hover. Why does the hair hover? Facial expressions, I hope, are good. Like certain things. So with the Wyatt 6, this gives me hope that you can have 5-man entrances. 5-person entrances. It's just 2K in their hair, like an NBA. It just in general, and it's usually women's hair that has been the poorer, or longer hair, I should say, just longer hair in general. So we'll see what they do, but like Solo's face kind of looks like a toddler face right here, doesn't it? Let's zoom in on Solo's face real quick. Why does he look kind of like a toddler? He's got that toddler face going on here, which is hilarious to me. Faction entrances would be fantastic. I agree. This makes me so happy, right? This still makes me so happy. Online My GM. It does make me super happy. There was one question I saw. Terry Allen, audience in WWE 2K5 overhaul somewhat. Not overhauled, but enhanced. I do know they did a lot of audio work, Terry. Thank you for the $2 super chat, by the way. I really appreciate that. I do know they will be it is enhanced in some way. Brought up music. They're promising deep cuts of music. I do know that is I do know for a fact that does include classic WWE themes, not just included in Persona cards. I don't know what songs, what themes, if they're licensed themes or just Jim Johnson theme, but there are going to be number of tracks that won't be locked behind Persona cards in 2K25. Looks like my son when I don't give him Oreos. Pyro show openers, I haven't been told anything about them being back in any way. So let's talk about the intergender wrestling. The game will have intergender titles, so you can have intergender championships, which is cool. My GM gets the cross-branded PLEs. There's new GMs, and now there is trading. I don't remember. Yeah, you can trade superstars, a few things. You can have intergender Royal Rumbles. A lot of match types you can have intergender if you want. So you can make up your own. Mr. Alex just wanted to ask, body morphing is back in 2K physiques. I haven't heard that it is. The problem, I will reach out to the person now that I know I can trust them and see what they can get back to me, because I could reach out to 2K's PR, but they're not going to get back to me. I reach out for everything at least, but no Lesnar. Don't expect Brock Lesnar. Thank you, Mr. Alex, for the super chat, the $5 super chat, by the way. I really appreciate that. But I haven't heard anything about body morphing being back. I know wrestler makers are tired of it. I know modders, I mean, they do it, but general body morphing, I think it needs a overhaul on that. Remember the days of going, what was it, CAW WS was the website? You'd go up and you'd get the attributes of everything, right? You'd get the attributes of of the sliders for the characters, and you just make them little by little. I'm not saying those are the days, but those were the days. Goldberg is in the game. Lesnar is not. So last year they wanted him removed after everything came to light, as I'd reported. He was removed from being able to play as. You couldn't upload him to character creations, but they couldn't remove him from certain modes. They couldn't do it. It was too late. It would be nice if they had the intros, and then I don't know why they took those out. So just find a show opening from 2006 and throw it on your video. Let's see. There was something with 2K. Oh, the island. We didn't get to the island. This is what I view the island as. Another way to nickel and dime its players. Just like the city in NBA 2K, the island is nothing more than a way to nickel and dime your players. Vince is not going to be in the game. There's no way he's on the roster. Playable. At all. Unless it's I was going to say unless it's in a showcase, but its showcase mode is, the Bloodline. McMahon wasn't really part of the Bloodline stuff, so all the island is a nickel and dime way to sell cosmetics and things like that. And it's exclusive to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, which puts PC on par with last gen. I hate when they say it's on next gen PS5. It's been over 4 years. We are in the 5th year of the PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. It's current gen and last gen. Island is my assumption, and when I texted my source about this specifically, I asked 2K about it, but my assumption and I'll check my email, but I doubt they didn't respond. No. I texted them, and I asked, does potential of cheating and hackers lead it to not being on PC? Yes, that was one of the reasons. There's more that I haven't gotten, but they said that's one of them. I don't know how this goes with cross-platform community creations. I don't think it's going to impact the community creations of being cross-platform. Oh, Ringside Pass. It is, but I mean, people could just create them. People just create them anyway and upload them to community creations. That's the thing. And then you throw it on your guy in your story mode. Like, I don't know. The idea of walking around, I will never play the mode. I can tell you that because I get the game when I do get it. I can get the game on PC. I know Alley Cat. We'll get to MLB. We haven't even gotten there yet. We're still in WWE, and it's been a half hour. Uh, um, we, I'm on PC, so I'll never play the island because I like to do the mods with pro wrestling mods. That is what it is. I'm not buying the game twice. I can tell you that for free. Like I don't like it. But don't worry, if you get the Bloodline edition, you get 3200 VC. Questions about the pass. So that is a question everybody's been asking. What is this pass, and where is it? And so that pass is, where is it? I have it in my notes here. Where is it? So the ringside pass includes, the only difference based on what I see is there's the season pass, which is the 5 post-launch DLC packs and a supercharger that you get. And then the ringside pass includes a super mega boost, which gives you 100,000 VC and a My Rise boost. I have not seen anything about Deadman being physical. I don't think they're doing physical for any of them. Unless I see something different, I don't see anything physical, no physical release whatsoever. Haven't heard anything on gameplay grapples. I know next week we're getting a gameplay trailer, I believe. Oh, no, that's MLB The Show we're getting gameplay trailer for next week. I can't believe they charged $70 for a PS4 game, too. There is nothing... Okay, so they are still doing physical. According to GameStop, they're doing physical of, like, the standard edition. But I don't see anything physical for the deluxe Bloodline or Deadman editions of the game. MLB. So, with that said, I'll still answer questions or we'll still talk about it, but we need to move on. MLB The Show, cover athlete revealed. These next ones obviously will be quick. Cover athletes revealed on MLB The Show, which is pretty cool. Gunnar Henderson, Ellie De La Cruz, and Paul Skeens. They kind of spoiled it. This makes me happy seeing, LSU to Indianapolis and Louisville, and these little things like Norfolk to Baltimore, to how your journey takes you through. Like, maybe there's a college, like, to me this makes me think there's a college element in the game, but that's not the big thing. So the big thing are, they teased us last year and we got more stuff coming, but Road to the Show is getting a bunch of updates on how you develop your player. Make contracts matter, please. Give me a reason for contracts to matter. Like, you need to earn money to buy better equipment. I don't care. Just make contracts matter. I know. Like, it was cool. Like, my big thing is, like, you get posters of them. So, like, last year, Madden 24, when Josh Allen was on the cover, you get a poster of that. That's 100% what you do. But Diamond Dynasty, retirement of sets and seasons, franchise trade evaluation metrics, no mention of online franchise coming back. We'll find out. If that's back, I'm in. If not, this better be a big overhaul. And then gameplay. Gameplay isn't my issue. Gameplay is as good as it's going to be. It's everything around it. So it says, everything's been designed from the ground up to get you to the action, so we'll see. The big thing is the platforms. I'm so happy MLB The Show ditched PlayStation 5, Xbox, or PS4, and Xbox One last-gen consoles. It is now exclusively on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and then Nintendo Switch. My guess is not, like they say Switch, it'll be a Switch 2 game. That'd be my guess. It'll be on the Switch 2. I don't know for sure. I know a lot of people are still upset it's not on PC. I don't think the market is there enough to bring baseball, kind of why NHL still isn't on PC. It's not about modding. It's not about cheaters anymore, no matter what they say. It's not about piracy. I don't think the market's there as big as many think to get it on PC. I don't. It is also no longer on MLB Game or Xbox Game Pass. That's the big thing everybody's talking about. Justin, you had brought it up. It is no longer on Xbox Game Pass. And that's the first time 23 and 24 were both on Game Pass. My understanding is the deal with Major League Baseball expired. It was only a 3-year deal to keep the games on, or 2 years, 2 games. And it hadn't been renewed. I don't know the reason it wasn't renewed. My guess is if Sony San Diego did not renew it, if Sony did not renew it, maybe MLB came to them and went, okay, it dropped sales of the game enough to where we need to take it off to get more people to buy the game. That's all I can think of as to why that happened. I don't know how it's on the Switch. I have no idea. More people have the Switch. You can play it on the go. The big thing I think is the easier way to play it on the go. That's the only thing I can think of. Wheels. I don't think it sells that well on the Switch, though. Can you defer money in franchise? Dude, don't get me started. Don't get me started. So I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan, granted, and I also like the Yankees because of my dad, but the Reds. Dude, I get MLB TV. Like now I get it free through my phone plan they announced, which is cool, so I don't have to pay for it. But I don't know if I'm going to watch many games at all. I don't think I'm going to watch any of them. Because what's the point? What's the point? I don't want to make this like a stupid Dodgers, blah, blah, blah thing, but what is the point? And it's not that the Dodgers are signing everybody, because growing up a Yankees fan, like watching the Yankees do what the Red Sox do, that's fine. The deferred contract stuff is stupid. That's what bothers me. I don't like deferred contracts. Like, you sign them to a contract, you pay them during the life of that contract. If they don't want to sign because of taxes, then that's just the price you pay. Like, that's what it is. Oh, my God. Sabres are winning 4-1. Tage Thompson with a hat trick. Holy crap on a stick. The game I'm not watching. 4 straight goals. Tage Thompson up with a hattie. 4-point night. 3 goals and an assist. Sorry. Anything major for MLB The 25's franchise? We'll find out soon. All they said is, here, improve trade evaluation metrics and new fun, engaging off-season experience. I don't know what the hell that means. I just want the Reds to make the playoffs. Maybe I'll watch when they get to the playoffs. I don't know. But what's the point? I feel like it's pointless with the Dodgers. Where was I? People are getting excited about the game being current gen only, but it doesn't necessarily mean That's the thing is, though, Sony San Diego's engine for MLB The Show is a lot better than EA's engine for NHL, because Frostbite is absolute trash. Frostbite is awful. I don't believe, Tiona, yes, you did, but I haven't heard anything about free roam being added to the mode. It could be, but let's put it this way. It would be a surprise to me if it is. I'd be surprised. Be a happy surprise, but I'd be... Ohtani's great. I love Ohtani. I just hate that he's on the Dodgers now. Reds are cheap. Yeah, because they need to sell the team. But that's the thing. EA's engine, Frostbite, is not a sports engine. Like, I think anybody who's tuned into me before will know that I don't believe in Frostbite engine being good for sports. I believe they should have kept the Impact engine or Ignite engine and built upon that in a new way. Like, built a new like Ignite 2.0 or 3, whatever. Instead, they just keep moving everything to Frostbite, and every game's on Frostbite, and they wonder why their games are bad. I don't want to say bad. They're okay. But they're not good. They're okay. Yeah, online leagues would be great. 2K could barely get the servers working properly. How are they going to do a whole island? They won't. Any update on the NFL license? So I have reached out to the NFL. You know what? I had talked to the NFL for a story on for the Madden cast, because I thought the Madden cast had potential. I think it fell flat because of who they had calling it. It's kind of a dud. But I did ask about it, and the person I spoke to from the NFL, and I passed this to them because I wanted to see what they do. They said they're happy with the relationship. Now I'm waiting to hear more from NFL. I want to sit down for a full interview. I reached out to EA and said, hey, just so you know, I'm talking with the NFL on this. But the president of gaming told me that EA and the NFL have a long-standing partnership. I think, however, it goes in just deeper than licensing and marked into the product. There's the endless parade of legends and active players should tell you about the Madden. And that they're so closely aligned in development throughout the season. So, like, there's an alignment there between EA and the NFL. Like, they have such a strong relationship with the tie-ins, and then he said that over the years the relationship has, quote, only gotten stronger. So using words like that, it's hard for me to think that their relationship is ending in any sort of way. We still haven't heard of an extension. If you were to make me guess today, January 28th, 2025, you would have me saying yes, they're going to renew the license deal. And they're going to renew the exclusive. Like, I think they're going to renew the exclusive one. Not what anybody wants to hear, not necessarily what I want to hear. But if you were to ask me today what happens, I think ultimately it gets extended. I know people want 2K back to be microtransaction filled even more than Madden is. At least Madden doesn't do it as bad as 2K does. It's still not the best, but Madden does it, or 2K does it in such a predatory way, it bothers me. But Madden or NFL 2K, I don't think we ever see a sim one from them again. Will EA stock drop affects the NFL license renegotiation? Not much. EA stock, it'll rebound. I know they weren't happy with the revenue generated from, like, it's dropped in a week, like, quite a bit. What, $6 billion lost or whatever it is. I don't think it's going to, I think it'll rebound. Because at the end of the day, EAFC 25 is going to print so much money. They're going to print so much money down the line, like even more than they already are. So I wouldn't be too worried on that one. I do think it'll allow Take-Two Interactive to come in and go, hey, but Take-Two's also got their own things to worry about. They continue to talk with FIFA. I don't know where things stand on that. I knew it was close at one point, like close to the finish line. I would be a good way to put it. But talks kind of stalled on that of an agreement between 2K and FIFA. And I know they have been kicking the tires on adding college basketball in some way to their basketball catalog, whether that's within NBA, 2K, or standalone. The tires have continued to be kicked. There's people who really want it. I don't know how high up that goes, but there are groups still pushing for NBA or college basketball, especially after college football. It's not as big as college football by any means. I'm not going to say it's going to become the best-selling sports game in U.S. history like college football did this year, but it's not going to be. It'll do better than NHL. When is the license for W? They just renewed it a couple years ago. EA had talks with them a few years ago, but it never got anywhere super serious. It was kind of like, hey, if this doesn't work out, do you want to sit down and talk? But it never got further than that. No, it's not a first. They didn't say first person Tanoa or Tiana. It is a third person camera that follows. I'm sorry, Devin. Oh, 100% it does. No. Yes and no. Top tennis, like, it's a global thing. College basketball is not a global thing. So it's tough to say. I think the passion for a college basketball game, though, is bigger than a passion for a tennis game. I can say that. If UFC 6 coming out this year, that's the plan. They've finished the recording of voiceovers. They've done a lot of new captures. That's the plan for it to be announced this year. GTA 6. So, here's the thing. March of last year, everybody was saying GTA 6 is delayed. Like, it's being delayed out of 2025. It's already been confirmed, blah, blah, blah. At the time, no. There was nothing to suggest that it was. Everybody I talked to said the game was still on par, on pace, blah, 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 despite any hiccups that might have arisen. I'm still under the belief that everything is still just going fine. The reason I think now it like I'm leaning towards maybe it does get pushed out of 2025 is because we haven't had anything yet. And Take-Two has a history, and Rockstar, of they announce a GTA game and then they announce a delay for that GTA game at least once before it's released. No way Mafia 4, Borderlands 4. Yeah, I'll be surprised. Though the thing is, what's smart is if you release GTA after all of those, solely because then you don't have to worry about GTA cannibalizing the you have to worry about GTA cannibalizing the market. If GTA were to have come out first, no one's gonna buy Mafia. No one's gonna buy I mean, I'm not, when I say no one, I mean in general. But you got Mafia coming out this summer. Borderlands coming out in the fall, probably. Like, what? You think August? Though they said the summer, so maybe July, late June, early July, Mafia comes out. September, you got Borderlands, and then November, you got GTA. That I could see still doing. Yeah, it would kill Mafia. It'd kill Borderlands. Like, I wouldn't kill it, but it would do damage to it. It would do heavy damage to it. He wasn't as hands-on the last few years, Madden, so I don't know what he'd say, to be honest, but I also don't want to talk about that guy. Civ 7 next week, still, because 2K didn't get a review copy, likely not reviewing it. I am not super excited about the ages thing. I don't like the idea of, like, if I pick a Civ, I want to be that Civ through the whole thing. I don't want to change, civilizations as I go through eras. I want to take that to an era and see what would happen if I would have made them as dominant as they could have been. Yeah, and that's the thing. They've said they're not going to announce them too close to each other. You're not going. I don't believe you're going to be able to use PGA Pros in a career mode in PGA 2K. You're just going to be able to use your player. I don't know why they don't allow it either. Some people don't. Yeah, personally, I don't want to play myself. sometimes I didn't like that in the old WWE 2K games or WWE games. I like playing as like the wrestlers, like going from storyline to storyline and like SVR 2006 and 2007 and stuff like that. Um, oh, Sabres up 5-2. Boston scored, and then the Sabres scored right back 30 seconds later. Incredible. What is this team? What is this team? What other questions do we have? We're at the Q&A. I was going to talk about layoffs, but let's do Q&A and just talk because life's depressing enough. We could talk about layoffs another time. We're at real quick. Yeah, real quick. What we're at is we're just about. Let's look at the numbers. By the way, if you want to see where things stand, gaminglayoffs.com is a project I'm building. I'm currently, right now, the table itself is on a Google sheet that you can check, but it's all going to be on the website soon. But we're at, the latest layoff today, Fast Travel Games, VR Studio, 30 people let go. Estimated numbers of known numbers. This should be total known layoffs. 694 people have lost their jobs, but you can see on the table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. We have layoffs where we don't know numbers. Granted, at this time last year, we had 6,000 roughly people let go, but at that time we had 2,000 just about from Unity and 2,000 from Microsoft. This Microsoft layoff we don't have the numbers for from mid-January is nowhere near that. So it sucks. Gaminglayoffs.com, you can view that data if you'd like. Promos, I mean, they're in there, but I don't believe they're visual promos. I think it's the same as it's always been. It would be cool though, but how many? It's one of those things. It'd be cool, but are people really gonna watch them all the time? No. So why put the effort in there? That's my big thing. Why do that? So uh-oh. What the heck did he do? But that's Did I miss Undisputed? No, I haven't talked about Undisputed. Undisputed, I do know they did, from people I've talked to. People might not believe me. I don't care. They love what they're doing with this game, and they're super passionate about it. That team is fantastic in what they are doing and what they love. They are taking every bit of feedback to heart. The constructive feedback. The people who are emailing and messaging them just being trolls and grifters, they're not taking you seriously. But the people with truly constructive feedback, they have a database of everything they want to work on. They have a monster database of everything they're working on. So when I say they are taking everything to heart, you should take it to the bank. They are working on another update. I don't know when it's coming. I'm trying to find out, but they are believing. They truly love the sport of boxing, and they want to make this right. Yeah, they're all great guys. Like, I've had the interviews with like Ash Habib and stuff like that, but I talked, like, what you guys saw was like a half hour, 40 minutes of a conversation where we've talked for a lot longer than that. Off camera, just talking about the sport, and you can tell, when you're talking to someone and you can see like the passion when they're talking. You get that from them, and I love to see it. I love to see it, guys. I'm so happy you guys joined today on Twitch, YouTube. This is the largest stream I think we've had on YouTube in a long time. So if you're not subscribed to me there, go over subscribe. I'll do some clips from this, but I want to put up more. I just got to figure out. It's so much effort to edit these videos, but my goal, I mean, I gotta I want to keep going. I enjoy it a lot. Like, people get mad at the career mode not having story. I like building my own story. That's my fun thing. Viewers of the NFL, they lost. Dude, they didn't lose. They're not going to lose them. The Bills-Chiefs game was the most watched since 1988 conference title game. 57 million people or whatever for a conference title game. A mix of people wanting to see Josh Allen and the Bills get over the hump, and will the Chiefs lose, or will they get to a third straight Super Bowl, fourth in 5 years, and will they get a chance to win? The Chiefs have a chance to make history and be the first team to win 3 straight Super Bowls. This Super Bowl, I guarantee, will be the most watched Super Bowl ever. But I eventually subscribed to the belief as a Bills fan. I was looking for everything. Like, the NFL can't not want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. That'd be stupid. Charlotte's a lock for the women, which bothers me. She's changed the channel for me. When she's not around, it makes me super happy. I enjoy it. When she's around, she gets shoehorned into every women's title match, and it's brutal. Men. I'm still inclined to think Cena wins. I'm watching it on a delay. I'm watching it when I get home Saturday night. I'm going to a lacrosse game, and then I won't be watching it unless the Rumble is, like, whichever Rumble's first, because it starts at 6, games at 7:30. I'll be watching the matches when I get home, the Rumbles, because it's my favorite show of the year. But Buffalo Bandits, back-to-back champions. But men's, I still am leaning towards Cena, and we get Cena Gunther. Though maybe Cena wins the chamber, because they're advertising him in the chamber. They're at Elimination Chamber so much that maybe he wins the chamber. I do not want to see Roman in the title match at Mania whatsoever. We don't need that. I want to see Roman versus Jacob Fatu at Mania. I don't think that's where they're going, but that's what I want. Punk Cody. Punk would be cool. They set the seeds for it, but Punk would be cool. So Cena or Punk, that's who I'm guessing. I hope the Birds win. Bang bang Bird Gang. Jade, I think they're setting up. I think they're going to come back and they're going to set up either Jade versus Naomi or Jade versus Bianca at Mania. One of those two are happening. How much part did Madden play in EA stock plunge? Raiders, absolutely none of it. EA stock plunged because they missed expectations of Dragon Age the Veilguard by 50%. That's why EA stock plunged. Yeah, it was good. I don't think it should have closed the show, but it was a great segment. It was great. It was absolutely it was good. Good. It was good. What happened? What did I miss? What was the wow? My 2 headline matches, Cena Gunther and Punk Cody. I would love those. You don't need Rock. I'm waiting for Dwayne to show up and ruin everything. I'm waiting for it. I don't know, like, I'd love to see Rhea. Like, we know we're getting Tiffy and Charlotte. We know, like, Rhea and Io would be really cool. I don't want. I wonder what Randy Orton's going to do. I want Kevin Owens and Sammy at Mania again. I wish, like, part of me really wishes they would pull the trigger and put the belt on KO this weekend. There is, but they've pretty much said if The Rock wants to come back, The Rock's going to come back. Yeah, the build I don't think would be great. I I would love a heel Cody. Give me a heel. He was so good. I don't know if you've had. I think a state. I don't know if you've seen heel Cody from his New Japan days and Ring of Honor. It was so good, but he can't. It's just so good. State of play. I think we get a state of play end of February. By the end of February, I think we get one. I don't think they will. Then I do not think they will keep it. Wheels, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Orton might be out a while. I didn't see his Q&A stream yet. I haven't watched it. I haven't been in the Fightful Discord all today either. It's been a busy day. Seemed uncomfortable. Did he get hurt? I hope not. I hope not. Styles coming back soon would be great. Styles and... Oh my God, the Sabre scored again. Styles coming back again? No. I hope that's kayfabe. Oh no. Styles coming back. I'm interested to see what that foot is. I'm really interested to see, like, dude, just strap Jacob Fatu to the moon. And he's such a star. Also, can we talk about the characters for the art for real quick? For Ultra Pro Wrestling? The dude, like, are you kidding me? The Brainbusters here? I almost called them the Dude Busters. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Like, this game, we'll get our first hands on it this year. Looks like the Manhattan Center. I don't want Logan at all. Logan can go away. He's got go away heat for me. But this game, if you're not excited for Ultra Pro Wrestling, man. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for this game. Penta and Breaker at Mania would be amazing. They teased it last night. Amazing. But, like, this roster, man. Now, their roster, this is the main roster that comes with the game. A bunch of these guys, like, you know, custom created people that they have. And then free agents that you can buy who you want. And the money goes to those wrestlers. Which is pretty cool. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. Dizzle. Lesnar Fatu would be nuts, but I'm okay if I loved Brock, but with everything that came out, I'm okay if I never see him again. But like this roster, these are people they have signed that you can be in this game, that you can play in this game at some point. Like, this makes me happy. This will be a day one purchase for me. Canyon, because who better? Then you have the hardcore, BWO, Tajiri. Like, that's so good. Tanaka, Guido, Hayabusa, Bill Alfonso. Like, all free agents are DLC. They're sold as individual or as a bundle. They're going to worry about pricing later and all that stuff. Like, I'm so excited. Yeah, it does. I would like to see them in the WWE games, but they are in Retromania. If you want to play them in that. The fact we can get this match in Retromania Wrestling makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. James Storm. The art is so funny to me. The art is so funny. Okay. Yeah, UPW. I want Tatanka to come back. Why? Why? I'm just asking. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. If you're tuned in, please leave a like, share, subscribe, however you can to support. Follow me on social media on Blue Sky at MikeStrawMedia.com. I lost what I was thinking because I'm reading this comment from Devin. Tony wasn't petty and let Ray go. That'd be cool. That would be. Tajiri just wrestled in GCW last week there, Steven. Tajiri wrestled in GCW and it was great. On that note, thank you everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I will be back soon. Check out the YouTube. Follow all my work at insider-gaming.com. Follow me at Mike Straw Media. Until next